Let's jump right in. And I will tell you, as somebody who is I consider myself a bit of a technologist. I've had a fascination with AI, love hearing all the stories about AI, but let's back up a little bit first and let's talk about how many different types of AI are you familiar with? How does Assurant define it? How do you define it? Let me know your thoughts just initially on AI and what it is.
Yeah, so AI, right, is certainly a broad collection of many subcategories. And for us at Assurant, getting in the appropriate sort of context is important. In fact, just case in point, we had a meeting this morning on just predictive analytics. And I know AI is predictive analytics, generative AI, voice recognition, natural language, right? There's just a host of all these subcontexts, but we were just focused on just predictive analytics. And we probably used up half of our time just putting the predictive analytics element into the right context, exactly where we're applying it and how we're applying it and what did that mean to the discussion. So it's important, right? And we often at Assurant need to define what is the specific AI capability being proposed, or that is the topic at hand during most of our cross-functional planning sessions. But specific to my group and service delivery, I really define AI as the application of machine learning, problem solving, and cognitive capabilities to our processes, our customer journeys, and our decision making.
That's interesting. There's a lot that I take away from that, because my take on AI as it stands right now in the world is people like to throw around the generic term of AI.
Right.
And to your point, there are many types. And I'll name a couple that you named. I think one that I didn't hear you name is, we're constantly hearing about generative AI. We're constantly hearing about algorithmic AI and even rules-based AI. And the reason I say rules-based, because what's really interesting to me about that is people want you to justify, like, how is what you're doing AI? And I think that's been driven from, there's all these use cases, and you talk about, like, I think in field service, predictive analytics is probably having the largest impact right now, and the ability to use large sets of data. And you talked about machine learning, and to me, the key point to that, you're creating this data feedback loop that is feeding the artificial intelligence and producing the result you're looking for. But right now, when people are looking at AI, a lot of folks aren't defining them into those categories. Right. They're just sort of playing into the hype of, we're using artificial intelligence. And you're going to hear probably a bit of a theme with me today as we have this conversation of, people are to the point where we need to start drilling into use cases and understanding what's the specific type of AI that I can get the most value out of, depending on what it is I'm trying to accomplish.